I'm Chris Vesper, founder and owner of Vesper Tools. For those of you who don't know me and my work, I manufacture high quality woodworking hand tools, sliding bevels, tri-squares, double squares, knifing knives, etc. Welcome to my workshop. Let's have a bit of a tour. To start with the tour, I think it's very appropriate that we begin with the probably well famous Bandsaw. This machine is of some significance to me. It's the first machine I ever bought when I was aged 18 years old. It was built in the late 1870s. I restored it completely myself at the age of 18. It took me around about a year to do. And this bandsaw is the only bandsaw I own, and I use this machine all the time. Before, with a rough brass bar, and here's the after finish machine ready to start in fills. This machine here is my large surface grinder. I have two surface grinders, and this is definitely my favourite machine. All of the blades that you see manufactured by me, which is all my bevel blades, all of my tri-square blades and double square parts, they're all ground on this machine here. It has a horizontal spindle with a wheel rotating, and the table moves back and forth, traversing over the part. And by using the right grade of wheel and dressing it appropriately, you get this beautiful surface finish straight off the grinder. Here's a finished 10-inch square blade here, ground all over, ready for use in a square. Here's a few here on the table, ready to go, grinding down to thickness and finished. One of my final machining processes, after I have infilled the square bodies and the blades are ready to go, the final machining process is to slot the body here where the blade sits. And I do that on this beautiful little Deckel FP1 milling machine. It's one of my favourite machines in the workshop too. I have several favourites. I haven't got the machine set up. I'd love to show you how I do this. It's not that difficult, but I need to set up these parts here with parallels and stops on the end, and the machine will slot in from the end, and the table traverses past this lean saw in a manner you cannot imagine. And it's a very, very accurate job. This machine is superbly accurate. To get these squares accurate, I am making accurate squares. To make them accurate, I have to make that slot exactly the right depth so that the holes match up. And this machine does it very, very well. This machine here is another one of my favourites. It is a precision tool room lathe, and it's predominantly a collet type machine. It takes these collets here in the spindle. For this basic setup I'm going to do here, it's purely for polishing the ends of these locking knobs for my sliding bevels. So the collet there grips the part and I can polish the end. I make no secret of the fact that I utilise CNC jobbing shop to manufacture these sort of parts for me. I have not got the time or the equipment to stand here on a lathe like this to make little knurled knobs. I get hundreds of them made at one go on a CNC machine, but I will do perhaps a final clean-up and a final polish on here, and I also use this machine for doing prototyping work and smaller production runs of whatever I happen to be working on. In-house here at Vesper Tools, I also do my own laser marking of ruler graduated blades on my double squares and my signature series tools. That's all done in this area here. Come on upstairs, folks, and have a look at the Vesper Man Cave, sometimes known as Cabinet of Curiosities. So here I am in what I call the panic room, 4-inch thick insulated walls and door, and this is where I store both timber for my tools, dehumidified and dried out, and also tools in process and parts ready made, ready to assemble into finished tools. With the timber that I use in my tools, when somebody rings me up or orders a regular tri-square or infill bevel on their website, they get a blackwood, Tasmanian blackwood, always figured infill tool. If you want a different timber such as cocobolo or olive wood or kingwood and the other timbers I have around here, that's the signature series level. You can have ebony, ringed gidgee, lace she oak, boxwood, and a variety of other timbers in those tools. They cost about 15 to 20% more, but just a standard tool, I always use the blackwood. And this blackwood, as I say, from Tasmania, I go down to Tasmania every few years and I collect a suitable amount, which is not a lot. I don't use a lot of timber volumetrically for what I do. And I pick the very best stuff that I can. This is instrument grade, beautiful fiddleback timber. You look at the chatoyance in the grain there, it's pretty spectacular stuff. And I'll get a lot of timber infills out of that one block. This machine here is a double-ended Pattern Makers disc sander, 24-inch diameter discs, and surprisingly handy in spite of the size of it. I use it for cleaning up infills, and I also use it for squaring up blocks of timber for making infills and also other tool parts. It's a beast of a machine, this one.